Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, our night owl friend. Remember, we got to try to say our names at the same time.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, Vlad on the camera.
Camera guy over there.
Camera guy. Camera cat.
On Harvest, October. We're right in the middle of. It's coming out like middle of October.
Oh, we're in the thick
Your
of it.
specimen has been processed, and we are now ready to begin the test proper.
Hello, hello, our night owl friends. Welcome to a very spooky episode of Pumpkin Hill Radio. And not only that, but you're dead in the middle of a haunted harvest season, baby.
Yeah.
I'm your host,
In the depths.
Travis Wormwood. And Dawson Trailer. You almost forgot your own name there.
Yeah.
Dawson. You almost said Dalton. Well, what's up, everybody? We're doing another one of these. We're right here all the time. So come on. Hope you're enjoying your October.
Yeah, the leaves are falling.
The leaves are falling. Every episode, we uncover paranormal mysteries, esoteric topics. We crack open a good old grimoire or two and just see what kind of magics they have in store for us. Today is no different. The Haunted Harvest series we've been running through the past 2 months is a little less study work for me and more just story time for me.
Yeah.
All factual accounts, I will say, but
Yeah, it's all real.
what have we talked about so far, Doss? Ghosts?
Ghosts, vampires,
Exorcisms?
exorcisms.
Last episode was zombies.
Yeah,
Nice.
zombies.
And almost every episode during them, we almost become them. I feel like the exorcism one really hit us. The zombie one, I had like a horrible coughing attack in the middle.
I'm pretty sure the zombie one, I was really getting in touch with like the mummy towards the end. I was like, I think mummies are zombies.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm going to be a sexy mummy for Halloween.
That's
Everybody, pumpkinhillradio@gmail.com. Send us your costume ideas for Dawson.
yeah. So far, gold member.
I like that. Yeah, you got
I got the gold member jacket.
and check pumpkinhillradio.com for all the links to everything. Check out the Etsy. Check out the merch. We got some great merch out there now, so you know where to catch it.
Yes.
Let's fucking dive in. We're resurrecting an old segment. I know we cut it off for a
Werewolves.
few episodes. Just a quick horror this week. Blood for the Blood Gods.
Yeah.
You like that?
Okay.
So yesterday I just randomly, like in the Instagram messaging part, like when you slide over to the messages, you add like a little note. And I just wrote blood for the blood gods for basically no reason.
Nice. There you go.
And last night, same day, crazy blood dream. Not only me though, I heard like 2 other blood dreams.
Interesting.
For me, I have this like vial of blood around my neck and it was like empty. There's a little something weird.
Vial
and then
of
I was
butter?
being, what?
Vial of butter?
Blood.
Oh, I thought you said butter.
No. Well, we'll get one of those for you though.
Hey, if you eat enough
Butter,
if
yeah.
you eat enough butter, blood butter.
And then I was hearing another story of a blood dream where they were like awake in a hospital with like in a bed, and the bed was covered in like a plastic sheet, and it was just all full of blood.
Oh.
I don't know, blood for the blood god. That's all I have to really say.
Dude,
about
I had a pretty crazy dream that we were getting shot at. Me and you.
You've been having these action hero dreams.
We like ducked under the couch and cause it was someone we like know. It was like, yeah, it was someone we like knew that we don't really see anymore. I don't need to get too far into that,
Yeah,
but
that's fine. You keep me up.
they like walk in the door like pointing a gun at us, and I was like, "Yo, get down!"
So scary.
It was weird. And then I had a weird were those like the oxalotl?
Mm-hmm.
It was like that, but it was like a person. It was like a little person though. It was like this big. And I was holding on to it, and it was like nibbling on my fingers.
I don't even know what that means.
It had like little human hands. And I was like, well, what is this thing?
It is. We're in the middle of spooky season.
Let's
So
just go right over that.
go ahead and look outside. You're going to see some red and orange leaves. Probably you're going to hear nice leaves blowing through the breeze. Get that fall scent in you. Well, you can.
I was walking down the road, and they're just blowing through the street.
That's beautiful. Yesterday I was standing outside, and it was like beginning to look like it was in a storm, and like a whole bunch of crows were flying above me. I felt
Yeah.
really
The
good
crows
about
have been talking a lot lately.
You know, I've been
great.
seeing giant skeletons everywhere.
Yeah.
Home Depot,
the
I'm pretty sure sells
15-foot
those.
skeletons.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
That's basically what I got for horror this week. I don't want to drag it out too long.
Pumpkins are on sale.
Did we mention what we're talking about today yet?
Werewolves.
Werewolves. Nice.
Werewolves.
And yeah, like I said, this one isn't. We're not trying to get to the bottom of anything here, like some
No.
episodes. We're just going to tell stories through history of werewolves.
Yeah, they're just real.
They're just real. They'll. I'm sure we'll get into like druid magic and wild men and how it's all sort of the same thing. We always end up at that point, but I really just want to break it down into some stuff. In no particular order, I have like 5 to 7 different stories here from different points in history. You want me to just start out? I don't know. Well, first off, what do you think of when you think of werewolves? I guess we usually do this first on the Haunted Harvest.
Think of like a dog man kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm. Now that's interesting because there's the Texas dog man, which is somehow separate from werewolves. I'm not exactly sure how.
Yeah.
We'll do a dog man episode.
Right. It's a similar thing because like you think of werewolves, like I don't always classify it under that, but it's like usually like under the full moon they like transform. I think some werewolves are just wolf man.
You're locked in.
Yeah, there's always a wolf man kind of a thing.
We'll see that through the story. Some of them are more like actual beasts. Some of them seem like just cannibal men that are just dressed in pelts, and it's sometimes hard for the village folk to really tell the difference here. But
you're freaking out anyway.
All right.
What you got?
In the early 13th century, the English writer Gervase of Tilbury, courier, scholar, and chronicler, made a curious statement. He wrote that werewolves were not rare wonders or distant marvels, but creatures common in his own land.
Oh, shit.
He wrote, "It is certain." He actually declared this.
Yeah. Declared it's certain?
He said, "It is certain that there are men who at certain waxings of the moon are transformed into wolves." So sick.
He's just laying that out as a matter of fact.
For him, the matter was not a rumor, but a fact, an accepted feature of the natural world and the supernatural world.
It reminds me a little unrelated, but it's like there's like the old like dictionaries, and you look up dragons, and it was like now rare.
Yeah, what the fuck is
like
that
an
about?
existing thing. It's like, well, wait.
All this stuff's still around. They're just trying to fucking whitewash all the history books.
No, dude, I know about it.
The story turns to King John of England. We have a werewolf king right here. The youngest son of Henry II and Eleanor of Aquitaine, who reigned from 1199 to 1216, a good 13 years in him. Even in his lifetime, John was surrounded by whispers of cruelty, suspicion, and dark rumors. So he's just a bastard man, right? One legend made him more than a tyrant, though. In 1185, before his coronation, John traveled to Ossory, a medieval Irish kingdom that today lies mainly in the country County Kilkenny. So that's just where it is right now. I feel like we mentioned a lot of places that aren't real anymore, so that's where it is now.
Yeah.
Ossory carried a fearsome reputation. It was said to be the land haunted by werewolves. This belief was not idle folklore. Both English and Norse accounts preserve it, and one of John's own contemporaries, the chronicler of Jared of Wales, claims to have spoken with wolves of Ossory himself. Spoken with them. Interesting.
Huh.
So
they're speaking the language.
Yeah, and also I like that bit about like Norse stuff. I don't know how much that's going to be tossed in today, but that's like very present in part of lore. It. Yeah. So Jared of Wales, in his book Topographia Hibernicea, 1188. Nice
Gotta start naming books like that again.
I know. Recorded an encounter in Ireland where clerics claimed to meet and converse with men of Ossory cursed to take the form of wolves. According to legend, this curse fell upon Ossory by a saint in ages past. So a saint laid this curse upon them.
Oh, shit.
You know, one of these saints. Binding its people to occasional transformations. That's interesting. Saints do it. Saints, we cover them quite a bit here.
Yeah.
Don't always hear about them laying curses, though.
Well, they are high-level magicians.
Yeah. And we also talk about how you wouldn't really know the difference between like a saint and like a warlock, per se. Because they're going to say the exact same thing.
No, you get into like the lore of like saints and like Christianity, and you're like, you kind of just realize, oh, they're like doing magic.
They're just doing magic. Gerald treated the story with cautious respect. To him, these wolves were not mere beasts, but people caught in a cycle of metamorphosis who could still speak and reason even in animal form. And, well, here we go. Reaching its most vivid form in the 19th century, whispers that John had not only traveled among the werewolves, John the King that we're talking about now, he not only traveled among the werewolves of Ossory, but he mingled with them, right? He was basically fucking them. He had learned their ways and perhaps shared their curse. Yeah. We have Walter Keating Kelly in his book 1863. It's called 1863 Book on Folklore. Apparently.
Nice.
We should start naming books
year.
like that.
Yeah,
Like that.
1863.
He recorded
Book
the
on
claim,
Folklore.
King John of England is said to have gone about as a werewolf after his death. That's interesting.
Okay.
So he was already dead.
Well,
We've had a couple undead nightmare episodes recently.
so they're all undead.
yeah,
Also,
I guess so.
I'm pretty sure I'm like distantly related to like King Henry of England,
Mm.
which is John's relative.
You got that dog in you then, huh?
And that
That
dog.
dog
Well,
in you.
that's the thing is, my mother's maiden name is Hund, which is German for dog.
Oh, shit, dude.
So
It's a full moon in like 2 days, you realize. Are you prepared?
I do howl
We
at
got
the
to
moon.
chain you up, dude.
I am howling a
I
lot
gotta
of the time.
keep an eye on this one. It's an obscure legend, little reported but striking. In death, John's spirit was imagined not as a ghostly king, but as a ravenous wolf that prowled the earth.
The powerful king, though.
Yeah. That's like what I got on just John right there. It basically seems like,
The werewolf king.
the werewolf king. I thought that was kind of badass.
I like that.
Mingling with them. So it seems like he wasn't one himself, or like he wasn't initially one himself because he wasn't born in Ossory. Then he like went and learned their ways. So somehow they were able to impart
Can he
this
get
curse.
turned like a vampire?
I think so. Yeah, that the old like dog
Seems like
fight.
it.
Yeah. So he probably just bitten or taught the ways of old wild magic.
Mhm.
You know.
Or they do like a blood ritual like in Skyrim.
Well, that's what the bite would be, right? You just
Yeah.
transfer blood.
Because in Skyrim, you like do like the blood ritual kind of a thing. You like cut yourself, put it in the pool with the other werewolf blood or something.
Good point.
Then you go bananas.
That's the king right there.
Yeah,
That's what I
cool,
got for you.
Cool. All right. Yeah.
All right. You ready for another one?
Yeah. What do we got? What's another
This
one?
is about Dole, the werewolf of Dole. Are you ready?
Mhm.
In autumn of 1572, the countryside around the French town of Dole became gripped with the dark terror. Children began to vanish. Some were found again. Their small bodies torn and mangled and mauled.
He like left me with a little hope. I'm like, oh, not all of them were gone.
Their limbs
No.
were missing. Their bones were gnawed as though by a beast. Yeah. And there was also regular-sized people, not just children, disappearing in
yeah.
the forest forever. Just go missing. I'm sure some of those people were just going missing. I'm sure some of them were just attacked by wolves. you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. The whole idea of like people just vanishing, just getting lost and going missing and never being found. I don't know, man. I feel like
That's-
something gets you.
That's like the old like will-o-wisp thing where it's like a light calling you from way in the beyond, and you just
Yeah.
like something's like,
Something consumes you. Like, I don't think you just get lost.
well, dude, when we did that, remember the floating head episode?
Yeah,
Where it was
yeah.
that floating head at the other side of a field with a forest behind it, and the
Yeah.
dude kept on getting called to it.
Yeah,
You,
and
like,
eventually he was
walk
like,
closer
I
to
got to
it.
get away from this.
Yeah, and it's
What am I
like
doing?
like going closer into the forest, and it's like, yeah, I got to get away, else I'm gonna get eaten by
It's
this
going
head.
to swallow you whole.
Hey, go check the floating head episode. That's one of our more bizarre
That was a
ones.
really good one.
The people of Dole whispered of wolves, but in these whispers, there was something worse. The sense that the predator was not a mere animal, right? There's something going on with these. That's not even how, like, the way that these bodies are found are not how animals leave bodies. Like,
Yeah.
like just tear, like they eat them, right? Not just like tearing them apart and letting them be, right?
Yeah, yeah.
These
Especially like ravenous enough animals that are going to just eat people. Like if it's wolves, they're so hungry they're going to like start eating kids and stuff. Like they're going to,
you're gonna eat them.
the bones are going to be missing.
Yeah, but as a werewolf, you might grab them by their
You might
arms
just-
and rip them right the
You're
fucking half.
just for the thrill of it.
Yeah. So yeah, limbs missing. So the stories are that something roamed the fields and vineyards was not just a wolf, but a hideous thing caught between wolf and man. We have some testimonies at this point. A woman reported seeing a wolf dragging the body of a girl near the vines.
Oh.
That is interesting. Like when you go full wolf mode, are you
Yeah.
going into? Because I always picture like kind of an upright.
Yeah. I think of like, my mind goes to like the Beast of Bray Road,
Yeah. Which
Drawings.
is coming up a little later, yeah.
which like, yeah, like a 9 foot tall, like
A beast.
humanoid wolf man.
And I think, see, that's where we talk about kind of this overlay of magic and how druids can
Mm-hmm.
do one thing, vampires seem to do one thing. Vampires can turn into just straight up regular wolves. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
maybe there's
Or
some
like
accounts-
bats.
Yeah.
But in Twilight, so if you go to Twilight,
Yeah, please.
they turn into giant wolves.
Yeah.
They're just big giant wolves.
Mhm. Something there?
I don't know.
What did the writer know?
Yeah, yeah.
Peasants claimed they saw a creature crouched over a child's body, but swore it bore the face of Gilles Garnier, the town hermit.
So it had like a wolf body with a person's head.
Yeah.
That's Worse.
That's worse.
I hate that.
The victims were young. One girl was about 10, found dead and partially eaten.
Yeah.
We have a boy discovered dismembered, his limbs scattered into the undergrowth. His 2 other children were strangled and consumed, partially consumed.
Yeah.
The fear of wolves was already strong in Dole, but now the fear was doubled, for there seemed to be something walking on 2 legs, but very wolfish at this point. Suspicions turned to Gilles Garnier, the town hermit. He's a reclusive figure who lived with his wife on the edge of the woods. Sounds kind of sick. Hermit, a poor man, someone already considered strange and apart from the town. His isolation had marked him this way, right? His poverty marked him, and now this rumor was also fucking...
It's one of the things of like being like the estranged person in town is like, man, as soon as some weird shit starts happening, it's like, it's probably that weirdo.
Yeah. That's
Probably
rough.
that fucking freak
Honestly,
weirdo.
You'd want to like go to him. He probably has some weird story. Like he's probably also seeing it.
Well, he's like, well, this is what you guys got to do.
Yeah.
There's a reason it hasn't got me yet.
We talk about how some of these homeless cats out here, I guess I say cats as in people, but we're talking about werewolves, so that's going to get confusing.
Yeah.
Some of these like homeless people out here, sometimes you can pick that like druid skill tree if you don't go full maniac mode, and you can learn these wild magic skills.
Oh, yeah, dude.
When villagers claimed to have seen him not merely wandering, but prowling like a wolf, crouched over the corpses of children, the whispers became a certainty. Garnier was arrested in late 1572. The charges? Werewolfery.
What are you getting up to? Some werewolfery?
As well as witchcraft, murder, and cannibalism.
Damn.
But werewolfery is the main one here.
Makes me think about like when people say like quit horsing around.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Horse people?
Horse people?
Horseman?
It's a nice episode.
Yeah. Horseman?
That's not the next episode, but we'll figure that out.
I'm going to look into it, though. I'm gonna come back to that one.
But that's like, this is 1572. In the eyes of the law, he was a werewolf, right? Werewolfery was an actual account laid upon him. At the trial, Garnier gave testimony that sealed his fate. Whether spoken freely or under pressure, we cannot know, but the words survive. He confessed to the murders. He described how he seized the children, strangled them, and tore at them with his teeth and nails. He admitted to eating their flesh, and he said he carried pieces home to feed his wife as well.
I don't know why you'd lie about that.
From the trial record, yeah, we have
So I feel like just denying it forever, even if you like get like persecuted anyway, like being that detailed about it, it's like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, he confessed specifically with killing the girl, eating the flesh of her arms and legs. He confessed to strangling a boy and consuming parts of his body. And he also admitted to attacking the 2 other children in a similar fashion.
Yeah, you're like, are you trying to get burned to the stake?
Yeah, he also claimed that he had been given a magic ointment by a phantom figure.
Oh.
And the ointment allowed him to take the form of a wolf.
That's an alien.
Yeah.
That's alien, right?
It's something.
It's like a Sandown clown kind of a thing?
It's just an anomaly. But it is an interesting, like, even if he was coerced or, like, made into saying this, I don't think anybody would make that fucking part up. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Magic ointment?
Well, that and, like, to just, like, go into detail on how you, like, did it, like, it's not like you're going to get, like, fame. It's not like today where you're, like, going to be on the news. I mean, this is, like, a small town.
He's on the news right now, I guess.
Well,
but...
yeah.
No, you're right.
Wrong,
you're right.
Like,
you're right, though.
At the time, it's like, why would you just take credit up for something so horrific?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The court believed that of him, and
well, yeah,
that was proof enough that he had a devil's pact, or the witchcraft had been manifest in this way. Interesting. Just a little bit of werewolfery. The verdict: the judges of Dole rendered his sentence in January of 1573. Gilles Garnier was guilty of murder, witchcraft, and guilty of being a werewolf. It's on the record. Guilty of being a werewolf. That's like when we get the stories out of the 1400s where it's like alchemy stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
well, it's got to get outlawed. It's like, well,
it needs to be outlawed.
So people were doing it.
So they were doing this, yeah.
So this is like a thing. This is a thing.
This is a thing. And I have stories from earlier and later to kind of just back that up, right?
Yeah.
The penalty was death by fire. You got to burn him.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm in that town, if I'm the judge, the guy's like, yeah, I ate that kid and my teeth and took some home to my wife.
Gotta burn him.
I had this magic ointment that made me turn into a wolf. Like, well, we got to get rid of this. Guy's got to go.
And there's one guy that's like, I need to find that fucking ointment.
Like,
That's
he's got to go.
right.
One, he's got to go. Then we're searching his house to get that ointment.
We definitely all need to get on that. I'd love to fucking dip into that.
Get an army of fucking wolfmen.
The actual record, that's like the sentencing record that we have today from the judge, it says, Garnier, for having killed and eaten the flesh of children in the form of a wolf, shall be burned alive.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of different ways to take that.
Yeah.
It's pretty just straightforward.
And so he was. On a winter's day, in 1573, Garnier was bound to a stake before a gathering crowd. The flames consumed him. His death was meant as a cleansing fire, right?
Yeah.
Trying to fucking get this out of there. But I imagine somebody found the ointment.
Yeah, what happened to his wife?
Yeah.
Did she get burned too?
Nah, she probably is just at the edge of the forest still watching, crying.
Well, that's too bad my husband did that.
And honestly, maybe she didn't even like know where the meat was coming from.
True.
I just like went hunting.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Found this
Meat.
meat.
Long-
This leg.
Yeah, long pig. I'll tell you that word the other day. That's
Long
what
pig,
as they call humans. That's the cannibals
That's
do.
fucking gross.
I found some long pig in the forest, and yeah.
I don't like that.
So that's that's kind of the end of that one, you know.
Yeah.
But I like the trial records where it's like he was a werewolf.
That's something, yeah, that was like documented historically.
He was a werewolf.
That's how yeah. After investigation, turned out he was a werewolf.
We're just doing rapid fire stories here.
Well, he confessed it too. He just confessed it.
You don't need to. They'd probably still burn you anyway. Like I think back in those days.
Yeah, were they like torturing him to get a confession? Like probably not. They're probably like, you're suspicious. What are you doing? Like, you got me.
Somebody saw you as a wolf, but with your face on it.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for another one?
Yeah.
In the late 16th century,
Okay.
this is around the same time period, the Rhineland was a place torn by religious war, famine, and suspicion. This is now the town of Bedburg, near Cologne.
Nice.
There's a landscape of villages burning in conflict, ruined fields, and these like whispers, just like weird shit's going on. It's a tough part of history, all in all.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of paranoia.
It was here around 1535 that Peter Stumpp was born. This guy's pretty famous in the werewolfdom.
Yeah.
His name appears in many forms: Stump, Stoob, Stump, Stoob. I don't know. But by the late 1580s, Bedburg would become the stage for one of Europe's most sensational witch trials, right? One that would cast Stump not only as a murderer and a sorcerer, but as the most notorious werewolf possibly in history. Right. We always know about like the American witch trials in the 1600s, Salem stuff, but it was also happening all the time everywhere.
Yeah,
and a lot of it was
vampires,
like religious fervor and just like
superstition.
You
paranoia.
You want somebody's house, so you're like, they're a werewolf, kill them.
Yeah,
I might just take their house though too.
Or even there's so much going on, you're blaming the gods and you're like, there's devilry out here.
There's devilry. But at the same time, we like when we're looking at the old that old book of demons I was looking at, we have these accounts of just demons roaming the field that were
So it's one of those things too where it's like, okay, yeah, maybe, you're jealous of your neighbor, so you rat them out as like a witch or a werewolf or something, but it's like, were people like that necessarily? Like we don't really know. Yeah,
not all the time. I'm sure like 1 in 10 was a real fucking witch, right?
Yeah.
And like I guess going back to that like demon book for a second, it was talking about like the hairy ones. Remember, there's like a specific name for a demon that was just like the hairy ones. Yeah. We kind of equated it to Bigfoot, but I think it's very similar here, right? We're just dealing with a giant hairy apex
hairy demon.
Yeah. And those books are all like, don't worship him. Hey, they're there, but just don't worship them.
Yeah. Don't sacrifice things to them. Don't feed them.
Feed
the hairy ones.
Don't feed the hairy ones.
It's a good sign.
Sometimes called like satyrs, right? These just like hairy beasts. These things.
It's a good shirt. That's a good shirt idea.
Don't feed the hairy ones.
Like don't feed the bears, but don't feed the hairy ones. It's like a werewolf.
You get to work on that.
All right. Yeah.
For years, the countryside around Bedburg was haunted by terrible killings. Livestock were slaughtered in the fields, torn apart by unseen beasts. More chilling still, men, women, and children were vanishing. Their bodies later discovered mangled and half devoured. Sounds kind of similar to the last one, right? The toll mounted. By the time of his arrest, Peter Stumpp would be accused of at least 16 murders, though there's many more suspected, you know. The victims included children that were strangled, ripped open, and their flesh consumed. We have a pregnant woman, their unborn child torn from their womb. Not good. I guess that counts as 2 kills. Well,
double homicide.
Yeah, y'all let me know about that. I'm not sure.
Well, in the eyes of the law, it's double homicide.
Yeah, that's a whole like heartbeat at conception or like, what is it like?
Yeah, it's one that it's like it's not a living being, but
it's like
if
a
you
pro-life thing maybe.
Well, yeah, when it's abortion, it's not a living thing, but if you kill a pregnant woman, it's double homicide.
Double. That makes sense to me, honestly. That's just extra brutal, right? You just can't
right.
You can't be doing that. We also have former villagers and farmers. Former because they're dead now.
Yeah. They're all dead now.
Sorry, it just says farmers and villagers, but I said former.
But
it is true. It's true. They were dragged
farmer.
from the road and mauled. Which, dragged is the weird part. Because I don't think... I mean, a wolf might like drag you a couple yards off to eat you, but it's like if they're going to kill you, they're just going to take you down where you are.
Especially if they're that hungry where they're going to like risk eating people. Because usually like wolves like are scared of people.
Yeah.
Kind of always have been unless they're starving.
Especially like...
If they're starving, they're eating you immediately.
Back in those days, you know, you're traveling the road at night. You have like torches and shit. Like animals generally don't like fire. They're going to avoid that kind of thing.
And it'd be like a bunch. It wouldn't be just one wolf.
Yeah.
Because a man with a torch can probably take on one wolf. At least scared and like hurt it enough to like get away. But like it'd have to be like 5.
Again, it's bringing up the Bigfoot thing where it seems like sometimes people are like taken to different locations.
Yeah.
We had that one story of the Yeti that like that guy was lost in a blizzard and this giant fucking creature found him and like took him in for like a night.
Yeah.
And it's like there literally there's no way that he would have survived on top of the mountain unless like just that happened.
Yeah.
Or like there's not like a home up there for him to stay in. He would have just been frostbit, right?
You need like the winter man to come help you.
When human prey couldn't be found, the beast turned on animals, tearing sheep and goat to pieces with claws and teeth. The people of the village spoke of a great wolf, monstrous in size, strong enough to overcome a grown man, cunning enough to evade the hunters. And then their suspicions turned to a specific man, being Peter Stumpp. According to the trial pamphlet published in 1590, translated into several languages and spread across Europe, Peter Stumpp confessed to a pact with the devil.
So yeah, when they confess to this kind of stuff, it's very like... It's where it gets me. Because like, why would you just confess if you weren't like convinced you were doing that?
And yeah, this all does have like... I guess we're talking about like white and black magic kind of stuff where it's like, you know, the saints, the wild druids, they seem to be using this
pure white light
but you still have to kind of, it's that voodoo stuff where even when you're doing it for good, you have to dip into the evil pot for a moment there. So yeah, you make a quick pact with the devil, try to be good about it though. And apparently, you know, like we talk about with demons, once you bind yourself to something, if you're not doing the exact specific task that you want to be done, that you and the demon both want to get done, then the demon's going to take over and it's going to do the task that it wants to do.
Yeah, if you're like trying to become a werewolf, it's like you might not be accounting for the animal side of it. That's just going to go berserk.
Yeah. In his own words, so he had practiced sorcery and necromancy since youth.
Yeah.
In his own words, he called upon dark forces until at last the devil appeared to him. Very cool.
Wow.
The devil had given him a gift, that being a magical belt. Nice. We have an enchanted item at this point. You know, we got the ointment.
So we got the ointment and the belt.
The belt. Okay. Sometimes this is also described as a girdle or a strap. Doesn't really matter. I mean, it's just something he wore on his waist, which, when worn, transformed him into the likeness of a wolf, strong, as he said, strong and mighty, with eyes great and large, which in the night sparkled like fire. In this form, he became a predator of men. To return to his human body, he need only to remove this belt, which means he had some faculty about him as a beast.
Yeah, he had some control.
This was not the first time that such a tale was told. We have Gilles Garnier, as we just said, this with a magical ointment. But that was in Bedburg. This is not. So it just seems like you can pick up these fucking
Just interesting. I wonder like why they would, because they're obviously like, dabbling in the dark arts. But like to want to like become a wolf man to go eat people is like, why?
Well, I wonder if that was his end goal. He was just dabbling in necromancy and witchcraft for.
Maybe he got tricked. They're like, all right, let me. Just the hairy ones were like, let me just like possess you real quick.
Mm-hmm. It's like this
will be super cool. Actually,
he might just be asking for like power or something. But when you talk about like genie wishes, monkey paw stuff,
the hunt,
it's too undescript of what it is. Yeah,
like to be a great hunter, it's like, well, you're a man hunter.
Yeah,
and you're a wolf.
And
now
you're a wolf
too.
now.
You're also a wolf now, the apex hunter.
Under torture, Stumpp confessed not only to the murder, but to a life of depravity and blasphemy. From that 1590s pamphlet that was
so they did torture him.
Oh yeah.
All right. So that changes the confession a little bit for me, but
I think they did see him doing it a couple times. So it's like, well, we got to torture that guy.
Yeah, I got to torture him and be like, come on, tell us what you did.
He admitted to killing and eating at least 16 people.
Okay.
He confessed to practicing incest with his own daughter. Not good.
Bad guy.
And to relations with his sister, by whom he fathered children.
Oh. That was normal then?
I don't know. These could be demon folk at this point. These could be little demon kids.
Yeah.
Some sort of Nephilim-like creature, some like half demon, half human thing. He claimed to have had commerce with a succubus sent by the devil who visited him in a human guise. Now, I've recently had a succubus encounter.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to watch out.
Careful.
Though I am incorporating Amber into my own identity and I'm not trying to seek her out.
Yeah, you just become.
I'm just building a room in my mind temple for her to stay.
Anytime you need that like feminine touch from your own aspect.
Yeah, I'm just going to dig into that. But I'm not going to start eating people.
No, don't eat people or do like incest.
Well, I'm not going to do that.
Don't do that.
But the long pig, I do have
long
taste.
pigs.
I'm starting to gain a taste for meat. So he described in gruesome detail, and this is the part where it's like, how would he know these specific details of each murder unless he did them right? He described in gruesome detail how in wolf form he would stalk travelers, seize them by the throat, and tear their bodies apart.
Yeah,
something you can't really do just as a man.
Like, that's like the other confession too, where it's like, I ate their flesh and brought it home, and it's like stuff that it's like, well, yeah, he probably did.
But just by doing this, like the whole like tearing of flesh like that, like if it was, you can't just like really grab somebody with your nails and tear them apart. You need like a blade, which then you'd have like slice. It'd be more of a slice.
You have to be so strong to like rip someone's skin apart.
Yeah,
like that. You can scratch people, but like to like grab someone's like flesh.
Yeah, pull it off like that.
Dude, that's
it'd be so strong. Well, we talk about undead strength. Those vampires seem to.
Well, even just like, I mean, I know like animals are different. They're a little tougher than people, but like, I've like skinned deers and shit, and it's like really hard to pull the skin off of a deer without a knife.
So just like rip full arms off, rip people in half.
Yeah.
Oh, like,
that shit's on there for. That's like not meant to get torn off.
It's on there.
It's like really put on there pretty good. You're not supposed to take that off.
Well, we talked about the vampire stuff, like how they were putting giant boulders on top of their grave.
Yeah.
Because I'll say this would
mad
get
strong.
Yeah, like a normal human is not going to be able to like dig out of their own grave. I think a vampire has enough strength to do that. So I think if we're talking about undead or this like
they have that like
devil creatures as it is,
that like inhuman strength, that like bizarre strength, like
that fucking orangutan strength.
Yeah. Gorilla.
So we have a fragment of the confession from 1590 where he said, "Sometimes he would run swift like a wolf into the fields, and if he found a child alone, he would seize upon it, throttle it, and after he had well devoured it, he would bring the remainder home to his friend, who was also his lover."
Oh.
This whole thing about like feeding your...
like, you bring it home to feed your lover.
It's one thing to consume it yourself, but then like giving it out, that's very like Hannibal style shit.
Yeah,
It's like feeding people like other people.
It's really weird.
Those details became infamous just became this kind of a portrait of a man transformed not just in body but in soul, right? He was just dealing with this dark arts at
Just imagine,
such a young age.
just imagine turning into a wolf though, and you just start running through a field. You know how good that probably
I was
feels.
going to say, I was waiting for you to say something bad, but yeah, that sounds
Well, you're
great.
like run through a field. You're like, oh, I'm a wolf.
Yeah,
Hell yeah! And then you see like a little prey animal.
You're like, I'm going to fucking kick that thing's
Yo,
ass.
that thing's, I'm gonna fucking tear that thing apart.
As a wolf, I'm going to kick that kid's ass.
Yeah. It's like if you're a wolf, dude, that like instinct. You know, you see a dog with like a toy, just tearing it up. It's like,
Yeah, you lose
they
yourself.
love that, dude.
Right? Yeah, sometimes
Probably
you might
feels
be...
so good to do that.
You may be lucid for moments, but then, yeah, you do just lose it to that
You're
bestial
like
carnal
on like
urge.
that high where you're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Probably feels so good to just fucking tear something apart as a
yeah.
wolf.
Hear it scream
Or as a
and
human.
stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I don't know.
Will we see?
I've never liked that. I don't think I like that.
I'll
We'll
figure
see
it
though when I turn into a werewolf on this full moon.
out. Yeah, you got 2 days to figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll chain you up.
I'll let you know how it is.
Stumpp was tried in 1589 before the authorities of Bedburg. The proceedings were swift, but the accusations were elaborate, right? And these testimonies were elaborate. He was charged with witchcraft and sorcery. Nice, cool charge. I'll take that charge. That's cool on its own. Then you get to the bad ones: murder and cannibalism.
Yeah, yuck.
It's slightly worse than that. We have incest and adultery. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Where are you ranking murder to incest and cannibalism?
I think incest is probably not quite as bad as cannibal.
Give
murder.
me a 1, 2, and 3. 3 being the 1 being the worst for cannibalism, incest, and murder. Murder is somehow the
Cannibal.
lowest, right?
I don't know.
Incest rings really bad for me.
Yeah, it's nasty. I think cannibal is pretty bad.
Cannibal might be lowest.
Murder is
Actually,
pretty tough.
it mixed with the murder. It's bad. If you're just finding a
Yeah.
person and then eating it because you're hungry.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
people do that like in this day and age when their plane
Yeah.
goes down after like 5 days.
An
dude.
emergency. That's not. I guess it's not as bad. But I think that like that's tough though.
I will say in the 1500s, I'm pretty sure every single day was sort of an emergency. I
Yeah.
don't think that people had recreation until like 2000.
No. Yeah. It's pretty much like I gotta eat.
So what? Which one are you doing? Incest, cannibalism.
What am I
or
doing,
murder?
bro? I don't know, dude.
Well, we also the last charge he had was that he packed with the devil. Was another charge he got.
I mean, Pact with the Devil is probably the coolest.
Yeah. Well, yeah, witchcraft. I didn't put the cool ones on the table because witchcraft and sorcery obviously coolest.
That's just having swag.
Pact with devil, so sick.
That's just having mad style.
Yeah. But yeah, he was given this belt by Satan himself, as he said,
Yeah.
on October 31st.
Halloween.
All Hallows Eve, 1589. This is before they even dressed up, probably.
No,
Everybody was just dressed up as a shitty villager.
Yeah, they were already like pouring.
This one guy's dressed up as a werewolf, I guess, but that's just because
Yeah.
of the belt. So on Halloween in 1589, sick day, Peter Stumpp was executed.
Damn.
What a great day to die. In Bedburg, in one of the most brutal public deaths of the age.
Is that why we celebrate Halloween?
Might not be too far off. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why we
That's why I
celebrate
celebrate it.
Yeah, there's a lot of different reasons. It's weird how we have Dia de los Muertos, which is its own thing, but we definitely kind of borrowed that in American culture to create Halloween, right? But then we have All Hallows Eve. We have
All Souls
Samhain,
Day. Yeah.
Samhain, whatever it is.
Yeah.
We have a lot. We have all these different for some reason. It's almost as if every culture sort of just knew the veil was thin at that
That's
time.
the time.
They just know. They just know for some reason. That's sort of a different topic, but just very interesting that we all sort of have these things to line up in all cultures. What the fuck is that
It's
about?
the same thing in every. It's like the same vibe, basically.
So, according to that pamphlet I was talking about, he was broken on the wheel.
Oh.
His limbs shattered with a hammer.
Oh.
That's not good at all.
Broken on the wheel.
I think it's one of those you put it, it's like a wheel and you put it so you just stretch as far as possible. Not like a stretcher,
Yeah.
but your limbs are separated like that, so you're just tied up to it. Maybe it did spin, like carnival style, like something you throw a
Yeah.
dagger at, like that kind of stuff. The wheel,
The wheel.
limbs shattered with a hammer. Not good. His body was torn apart with red hot pincers.
Ugh.
This is public, by the way.
Ugh.
This is public. Then his head was cut off, just for safe reasons. And then his
Yeah.
body was burned to ashes.
That's good.
Jesus, dude.
Ow.
The torn apart with red pincers does suck.
Yeah, that's painful.
And honestly, your bones are so shattered at that point, you probably just peel it off.
Yeah, it's just picking things off.
His daughter, his bastard daughter, was and his mistress were executed alongside him, accused of sharing his crimes.
Yeah.
Nice. So
Well,
his
you don't
whole
want to
family-
like take any risks.
Yeah. As a warning, his severed head was placed on a pole in Bedburg, crowned with the figure of a wolf.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty bad weekend.
That specific story, like, just raced across Europe. Like, everybody was
Yeah.
like, those pamphlets were being held out everywhere. Pamphlets in
Like-
Germany, and they were given out in
Yeah.
German, Dutch, French, and English to spread this tale. And that's why it's kind of this most famous one.
Yeah,
you know?
that's why I feel like it's not just made up.
And I'll be honest. I bet I know who has the belt now. And I bet it's the Vatican, because I know they're like collecting their treasures.
They got that.
You know that belt somewhere, right? You know that
Yeah.
belt is real
The belt and the ointment are in the basement of the Vatican.
in the 8 mile deep bunker, along
I
with
promise.
like the half human, half computer that they're holding down there.
Yeah.
I heard
that's-
Apple has something like that too.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like some sort of
Some
mind
corpse,
meld thing. Yeah.
giant corpse.
Didn't I send you something weird like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
recently? Yeah.
Yeah, the
The,
giant
the corpse of a giant just down in the bottom.
doing just quantum computing.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Just
organoid
twitching.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about that before.
Yeah.
So that's Peter Stumpp.
Nice.
R.I.P. I guess.
Stomp.
Rest in Peter.
Rest in pieces.
Yeah.
Torn
Well,
apart.
yeah, it's you know, you kind of burn the body to cleanse everything, but you leave the head, which is interesting. I mean, I understand you want to
Yeah.
leave the message, but if you're really trying to like fully cleanse it, I feel like the curse would still be out there.
You probably want to get rid of all of it.
Yeah.
You'd think, at least.
You ready for another one, Doss?
Yeah, what do we got?
All right, so we are kind of just, I did line these up pretty good, so they're kind of just going up through history. Now we're in the late 16th century, and we're in France now. France is seized by a fever of werewolf trials at this point. Not even, it's like a witch trial, but it's just a werewolf trials. We have werewolf trials going on right now. In village after village, rumors of strange beasts, cannibals, and sorcerers filled the courts. Barely 2 decades after the burning of Gilles Garnier, who we talked about earlier, and Peter, and yeah, this like far away from Dole. It's about 140 miles from Dole, which in that time is fucking far as fuck.
Yeah.
But the rumors still pass, right? We have villagers speaking of a tailor, a craftsman, a man whose craft should have clothed and adorned people, but whose scissors and blades, it said, were turned to darker uses.
Oh, no.
His name was Nicholas Damont.
Oh.
Cool name. Damont is a very like vampiric last name, sounds like.
Yeah.
Though we're not talking about vampires.
Very werewolf-esque name.
Yeah, so he was a tailor, but we're going to basically be remembering him as this monster, the demon tailor of Châlons.
Damn.
Yeah, nice. Nice.
It's a cool title, too.
Yeah, it is, dude. The demon anything is a cool tailor, or a cool title, tailor.
It's a cool trailer.
Trailer.
Also trailer.
All right, there we go. Excuse me. I don't know what that was. Like some horrid precursor to the tale of Sweeney Todd, which is what I was thinking about. I'm like, we have this demon fucking barber. Nicholas Damont is said to have lured his victims into his shop. Children and youths, attracted by his trade, stepped inside. Right, you're going to look for some fucking sick duds. You want to get dripped out.
Yeah.
You're just looking to get dripped out over
Trying
here.
to look drippy.
Wet. There, instead of measured cloth, Damont, he was measuring their fucking throats. He would attack them, cut them down, and carry their bodies into the cellar. Classic. He's like sizing you up, put the fucking ruler around you. Nice dick.
Feed me for feed me for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, this is good meat. You think you're getting sized up for a shirt? He's just like checking how much, like if he can like store you in the fridge downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he attacks them. He cuts them down, cuts them open, puts you in the cellar. Cellar became a carnal house, a place of horror beneath the respectable front of a tailor's workshop. Weird shit. Reminds me of the fucking vampire front we have down on Broadway.
You know they got that. They got
that
hung up
that basement's
like
not
a
good.
butcher.
Dude, just watched Jeepers Creepers today. And he when he
Ah.
falls in the hole, and it's like he sees that one guy. He sees like
soda.
one body, and he's looking at him, and then the guy like kind of points up, and it's like the walls and ceilings are just all bodies.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of picturing that right now.
Just pieced apart.
Yet Damon's crimes did not end within his shop. In the forests outside of Châlons, rumors grew of a wolf that was not really a wolf at all.
Man.
Some beast, right? Travelers spoke of a beast of unnatural cunning and size. When bodies were found mauled, torn, half devoured, suspicions spread that Nicholas Damont was not an ordinary killer. Right, they already kind of know he's a murderer, but he's like, they think that he took the form of a werewolf to hunt in the night. Right, this is the age of the witch hunts, so this boundary between like human wickedness and the supernatural monstrosity stuff is like kind of blurred.
Yeah.
But I take all these accounts as super fucking real.
Yeah.
So he was accused of not only being a murderer, but also a fucking beast.
Freak beast.
Freak beast. It's coming up. Werewolf's coming up.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I'm becoming a wolf.
At last, suspicions became certainty. City officials raided Damont's shop. What they found was enough to turn rumor into horror.
Oh, no.
We have contemporary accounts from the time. Reports here. Human remains were discovered in his cellar. Bones and fragments confirmed what had already been whispered, that his shop was not a place of trade, but of slaughter. The grisly evidence matched the rumors and the disappearances. They could match the kids that were missing to the bodies downstairs. And they no longer call him a tailor.
The butcher.
Yeah. I mean, nice. That was not what I wrote, but I like that better. Under questioning, Damont confessed. He admitted to luring victims into his shop. He confessed to slaying them and to feeding upon them.
Gross.
He also confessed that he was hunting as a werewolf in the forests around Châlons. The court record circulated in France described the shock of his testimony, that a man of trade who dealt in cloth and thread could also deal in blood and death. It's like it's like on the headline. That's like a headline right there.
That's a good one. What do you think came first, the cannibalism or the werewolf?
It's really hard to tell. I almost think you're going to need to dabble in cannibalism to reach that super demonic level.
That's kind of what I was thinking. You eat enough people, you start getting the hunger for it.
Yeah.
And then it awakens the beast.
Almost like but it's like a Wendigo thing. Oops,
Yeah.
said it. Whoops. But, it's like these things that are just forever hungry, these half human, half beast things that just roam, prowl the forest.
Yeah.
In 1598, Nicholas Damont was condemned. His punishment was the same as that of the witches and werewolves before him.
Mm-hmm.
He was burned alive at the stake. People gathered around, watching him fucking roast. They believed that they had purged both man and beast from their midst.
Yeah, you'd hope so.
I think that I don't know. There are not a lot of deaths happening right around that time besides, so maybe they got him. But there's plenty of werewolves in the area. If there's one, it's probably many, right? I mean,
wolves travel in packs.
Wolves travel in packs. I suppose, like, if
Right.
we're going with the way of, like, devil pact, then you can just be a one of one. But I do like the thing you were saying about, like, it's like kind of a blood thing where you need to get the transfer.
Yeah.
Lycanthropy. Hey, first time I used that this episode. Probably
Nice.
should have led with that. Lycanthropy is what you call a werewolf if you play Skyrim, I guess.
Yeah.
And also
yeah.
if you, like, look in the old alchemy books, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Good one. Good
Yeah.
term.
So, the tailor roasted alive and is remembered forever as a fucking demon. So, there's
Makes
something to
sense.
making the news. You're making fucking PHR
Yeah.
news.
Well, yeah, it's one of those, he gets caught for murdering and then confesses to being a werewolf. Sick.
Yeah.
Good on him.
So sick.
He could have just not said anything.
That's kind of where it's like,
How many killers didn't say that they were werewolves?
I'm surprised more murderers today aren't like
I'm a
saying that.
fucking werewolf.
I'd immediately call that out.
Yeah, if I'm already like there, it's like, well, I'm actually a werewolf. You might get like let off a little
Little more
lighter.
cred. Maybe a podcast in the year 3000 will be talking about you.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe, Pumpkin Hill Radio, Neo PHR will be talking about
Well,
it.
that's if I ever do like wake up from a blackout and I like kill a bunch of people and I'm in jail, like you murdered people and you were eating them, I'd be like, I was a werewolf.
I was 100% a werewolf.
I had no control. Something made me a werewolf and I couldn't control it.
And knowing what we know about your maiden name,
Yeah. My
what I'm gonna
maiden
call
name.
that,
I am of Hund blood.
Yeah, you are. You got that dog in you.
That dog in me.
All right. Wow, I have a lot more stories and we're already at like the 45-minute mark. That's okay. I'm just going to keep going for a little while.
Yeah,
You
fucking.
cool?
Why not, dude?
All right.
I'm chilling.
So we are kind of working our way through history now. We're now in the late 18th century. This is an age of enlightenment and revolution, of science and rationalism, right? But still,
Werewolves.
the wilds frontiers of Europe, old terrors are stirring.
Cowboy werewolf.
It is the 1790s. The lonely countryside of North Wales
Oh.
is shaken by reports of a savage predator, not a wolf nor a man, but something caught between. The people of Denbighshire.
Yeah.
I'm going to start saying these names better like that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how you'd say it over there. Denbighshire whispered its name.
Yeah.
The werewolf of Denbigh.
Them big werewolf.
Yeah.
Them big werewolf over there.
Okay, sick. The first account came on a night lit by a bright full moon. A horse-drawn coach traveling the road between Denbigh and Wrexham carried passengers along the quiet way. Suddenly, a shape emerges from the dark. A massive black beast the size of a horse, bigger than a wolf, lunges from the roadside. With terrifying force, it attacked one of the coach horses, dragging it down and tearing it apart in a frenzy of blood. The coachman and passengers were powerless, trapped within their carriage while the beast fed. When it finally vanished back into the night, the road was left slick with fucking crimson-ass blood, shining in that fucking moon.
Slippery ass, stinky blood.
Something monstrous was roaming the Welsh moors. The following winter, in 1791, the beast struck again. A farmer. Hey, I did that twice this episode. What the fuck?
Former
Well, to
farmer.
be honest, my eyes have been fucked for like 2 weeks. I have some
Yeah.
cram in them right now.
The fact you can see it
everything's
all.
a little bit blurry.
Yeah.
I can barely read.
The fact you can see it all right
Can't
now is a
see shit.
miracle.
In the eyes of the beast right now.
Yeah.
A farmer near Denbigh awoke to find his field littered with horror. Dozens of sheep lay torn open, their bodies scattered across the frozen ground. Not necessarily eaten, just torn the fuck apart.
Ripped up.
It's also the winter, which would be cold as fuck to go as a man, just go out there and rip this shit apart. Be like, I'm too cold. Just first off, I'm too
I'm gonna
cold.
do that. I'm be
Not in peasant's clothing.
around a fire probably.
At the scene, he saw what few dared to believe at the time, and what I fully fucking believe.
Yeah.
Giant fucking paw prints. He saw giant paw prints, larger than any dog or wolf, stamped deep into the snowy earth. When he approached, he saw the werewolf himself, hunched over a carcass, ripping its throat apart with brutal fucking jaws. Excuse me, I'm swearing a lot. It's so brutal, though. We're talking about werewolves. I can't help it.
This one reminds me of like the Beast of Bray Road. No. The way it like attacked the horse and it was big as fuck.
After this one, I'm going to skip down to Bray Road one so we can talk about that.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
But I like working our way through
close.
history here as well. The farmer fled, sprinting to his farmhouse. See, again, I can't read.
Yeah.
Welcome to Farm Fest. But the beast fucking followed him. The farmer later saw the werewolf had chased him to his door, slamming its bulk against the wood. It's like,
Bulk.
yeah. You hear that? Doing a little bit of fucking, got the audio.
Wolf at the door.
Yeah, wolf at the door. He heard it snarling and clawing at the door, rattling the very frame of the house. Then, chillingly, it peered through his windows. Oof. By the light of the moon, he saw its eyes and described them not as animal eyes, but man-like, filled with a dreadful intelligence.
Ugh.
For long minutes it lingered, pacing and watching. Then it was gone. Never fucking left this guy's memory, though.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't.
And I suppose maybe the door frame was enough to hold it back. Maybe it just wasn't. But
Yeah.
it almost reminds me a little bit of how you need to let some of these demons in. You need to be like, you can come in. So they're free to kill about the countryside, but it gets to the door and best you
Yeah,
can do is
if
just
you're
slam
not
against
like
it.
in your domain.
The legend did not end there. By legend, I mean fact. Around 1798, nearly a decade after the first attack, the beast was seen once more. 2 men were discovered dead on the Denbigh moors. Their bodies were savagely mutilated and torn apart, as though by claws and teeth, too large for any natural predator.
Yeah.
Locals whispered that the werewolf had claimed new victims, and the pattern of slaughter was too familiar to be ignored. Right? You only have like 15 people in the village, so you kind of remember.
Yeah.
After the killings of 1798, the werewolf of North Wales was not seen again. But silence is not the same as safety. For years and after, travelers walked carefully along the lonely roads between Denbigh and Wrexham. Farmers kept watch over their flocks by night. It kind of creates like new systems of like safety. You're like, we need to, like families barred their doors when the moon was full.
Yeah.
We have like evidence of people being like, okay, well, so 10 years
Don't go
ago,
outside.
no, but now it's like we need to bar the fucking door.
That's
Okay.
scary.
You want to talk about Bray Road?
Yeah.
Do you want me to do a little story time, or do you want to actually just talk about it for a sec? You can do either.
I mean, you can lay down some, because there's a lot of different stories, but
You're
you
right.
can just lay it out, and then we can get into it.
And this is a recent one now, right? This is from the 1980s, 1990s,
Yeah.
and up to current, right? So
Yes.
we've kind of worked our way up to this point in history. Deep in the farmlands of southern Wisconsin, along a quiet stretch of road outside of Elkhorn, drivers whisper about something in the dark. Not a coyote,
Nope.
not a stray dog, but something much larger. And there are wolves in the area, sort of, but not really. I mean, maybe you'll see one coming down, but it's
Yeah.
like not really.
Super uncommon in Wisconsin to find wolves.
Yeah, so like what? So what I just said about there being wolves in the area, that's not true. But I mean, like it can happen, but it's just so unlikely, and also
Yeah,
the size of this thing. Something,
yeah.
but this thing, this giant dog-like creature was not running on all four legs. It stands tall, watching
Yeah.
and waiting. All right, this is the legend of the Beast of Bray Road. Yeah, this is Wisconsin's werewolf.
Oh, yeah.
Witnesses describe it as a hulking, fur-covered creature, 6 to 10 feet tall when standing upright, sometimes crouching low like a wolf. Its eyes glow red or orange, cutting through the night. Some say it weighs, they're just guesstimating here, but hundreds of pounds. That seems obvious.
Yeah.
With brown to gray fur, a canine muzzle, and claws like knives. Kind of a part wolf, part man werewolf.
It like stands up like a man. Because I've heard too, there's like stories. There's like one story where people were like driving, and like this thing starts running up next to their car, and is like looking into the car, like I know I could get you right now, but I'm not going to, kind of a thing.
Dude, we get that with skinwalkers too.
They're
Right?
getting this like weird sense that this thing was like, I got you.
I got you.
Like I'm toying with you, and they're like driving like 60 miles an hour.
As a dog do, wants to toy, and as a man do.
Yeah. Weird.
But the story doesn't really start in the 80s. Actually, back in 1936, near Jefferson, Wisconsin, a man named Mark Shackleman claimed to see a wolf-like beast digging into a native burial mound.
Oh.
Interesting. He
Okay.
swore it had long, twisted hands, and even tried to speak a word he didn't understand. So this wolf thing is like speaking either in gibberish or some native tongue, right?
Yeah.
If we're talking about skinwalker.
Ancient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That encounter was mostly forgotten, except for by a few newspapers of the time. Then we come up to the 1980s, 1990s, and we have something prowling again. Because in October, just like we're sitting in now, people, of 91, a woman named Lori Andrizzi was driving down Bray Road. Sound familiar? Maybe this is the story you were just saying.
Yeah.
She spotted a large creature crouched by the roadside, holding what looked like roadkill. It turned its head, locking eyes with her. She would later compare it to a werewolf stepping right out of a horror movie. You know,
Yeah.
She's like at the time where she's seen these things in movies now.
Mm-hmm.
That same Halloween, another Halloween fucking
Yeah.
werewolf here. Another woman, Doris Gibson, said she struck something with her car. When she stepped out to look, a hairy beast leapt onto the truck, clawing at it before slipping off in the rain.
Yeah.
She fled in terror, and the next morning claimed her car still bore the scratches.
Yeah.
You know, we have evidence of this.
Well, that was
Giant
like I think I sent you a video, but it was like a 911 call of a guy talking about
yes,
like
that
there's someone
super
weird on.
frantic call.
He's like, there's like a guy on the side of the road, and then he's like, you can hear it get into the bed of his truck, and he's like, that's not human.
Yeah.
That's not human.
Dude, and it's like the dispatch is like, what can you describe the creature, sir?
He's like, that's not a human. And he's just like fully panicked.
Yeah.
Similar thing.
Others reported livestock being mauled, horses with slashes across their bodies, and strange tracks in the mud.
Mm-hmm.
The local newspaper, I'm not going to correct that.
Nope.
The Week sent reporter Linda Godfrey to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
She expected pranksters and tall tales. Instead, she collected dozens of eyewitness accounts from farmers, school teachers, even children, all describing the same creature. Godfrey then went on to transformed Bray Road into a fucking legend, is what we're looking at here, right? Or this is like where we get some, she's compiling these things.
Yeah,
as
she's
a
like,
reporter.
there's
She's
a
like,
case.
oh, this is interesting. Yeah. Decades later, reports have not stopped. As newly as 2020,
Yep.
Witnesses in Walworth County describe seeing the same towering wolf-like figure darting across
He's like
fields.
9 foot tall wolf
Yeah.
man. Monster.
And it's not just saying on Bray Road. That's just what we're calling it here.
Yeah,
right?
it's
just
That's like the
this-
famous one.
Mhm.
Because there's like a lot that happened on that road, but it's like that whole county.
It's hiding out in the woods. It's hiding out in the cornfields.
Yeah.
You know, don't go into the
All
cornfields.
around those farms, that farmland, all that stuff.
Well, that's
It's
what I
like-
got for Bray Road. I mean, and you can look into that one specifically. There's all kinds of books, documentaries, and films
Yeah.
on this. Linda Godfrey wrote a book called The Beast of Bray Road. That's where it gets its name.
Yeah.
And there's
Some
a
good
2005
documentaries.
horror movie. There's a 2018 documentary.
The horror movie is really silly,
I bet.
but the documentary is cool. It's good. It's all good stuff, but
We still have people today like going to Bray Road to like look for this thing now, like
Mhm.
cryptid hunters and stuff.
well, like yeah, I mean, it's just like the like amount of different stories of that same thing, and it reminds me of like the werewolf accounts from like 1600s.
I'm gonna do one more story here.
What do we got?
We're going back in time. This might be the earliest one, not the earliest one. Obviously, this is going for all time. Earliest one today,
Hell yeah.
1521. This stuff has been
Nice.
happening since the beginning of time.
Yes.
Accounts get a little more scarce, but even you go back to Mesopotamia, we have all this demon containment stuff. It might not be necessarily werewolves, but some sort of devilry, some sort of witchcraft, or working with this
monster.
these dark forces. Yeah,
Yeah.
can do untold things to you, shatter your fucking skin until you turn into a wolf like this. The year was 1521 in the wooded hills of Franche-Comté,
Mm-hmm.
near the small town of Poligny.
Yeah, we know where that is.
Mm-hmm.
I know where that is.
Countryside was already scarred by war and famine, but now we have this new fear walking into lands. Farmers whispered of livestock ripped apart in the fields, of children vanishing in the roads, and bodies found mangled in the brush. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Sound like all these stories, kind of?
Yep.
Yeah, because it's a werewolf.
Yeah.
It was said.
It looks like a werewolf, smells like a werewolf, acts like a werewolf.
Well,
Might
some
be
of
a
these almost
werewolf.
remind me of like the chupacabra stuff, where it's like
Yeah.
these goat suckers, as you'd call them, I guess. But it's these cattle that are, or like livestock that are torn apart or like drained of blood, not like eaten all the way.
Just like torn up.
Yeah.
Chewed up.
It was said that a great wolf prowled the villages, a wolf too cunning to be trapped and too strong and large to be hunted. They said it was no natural wolf. It was the loup-garou. You heard of that?
Loup-garou.
I believe they just say loup-garou.
Loup-garou.
Have you heard of that? The loup-garou?
I don't think so.
That's just I believe that's just like a French word for werewolf.
Yeah.
But it's like that's like an old nice name for it. The loup-garou.
I like that.
A man who walked as a beast. One evening, hunters tracked the creature into the forest outside Poligny. They loosed hounds and gave chase until at last the wolf turned to fight. In the chaos, one hunter struck a blow, not against the leg of a wolf, but, as he swore, against the hand of a man.
Ugh.
The beast fled, but a blood trail marked its path. There was no paw prints, but smears that seemed half human. Following it, the hunters came not to a den, but to the house of Michael Verdon, a villager of Poligny. Inside, they found Verdon, wounded in the hand. So he's like mid-transformation here. Maybe like once you get hurt, you got to kind of go back. The hunters claimed the wound was fresh, made by the very blow that they dealt to the wolf. Right? You shoot the wolf in the leg, you go back, this guy's got the same mark on his hand.
Yeah.
To them, there was no doubt the werewolf was unmasked. Verdon was seized, shackled, and delivered to the magistrates of Poligny. The interrogations then began. They began torturing his ass.
Yeah.
And he confessed swiftly after.
They always do, Travis. They always do.
Once you start hitting him with the brands.
Yeah, once you start poking them with metal rods.
Verdon admitted to more than a wound. He said that he had long been in service to the devil. Again, the devil.
Every time, dude.
He told of a salve, a magical ointment. Sound, again, familiar?
What the fuck?
When rubbed on the body, it transformed into a wolf.
What?
Right? We have they pressed him and he gave other names of villagers. We have Filbert Montet.
Filbert?
Philbert Montet, and Pierre Bourgaire.
Filbert.
Yeah. It's a nice name, man. That's a good name. If
Philip
there's any
Wilbert.
Filberts out there, let us know.
Yeah, Filbert.
I will defend you.
Go by Filbert, not
Pierre
Phil.
Bourgaire, known as the Shepherd of Châlons, right? Before long, all three men were in custody, accused not only of murder, but of werewolfery.
Mm-hmm.
Of the three, it was Pierre Bourgaire's confession that became the most infamous. His story survives in the chronicles as I've found them, retold for generations as proof of the devil's cunning. Years earlier, Bourgaire claimed he had tended his sheep when a storm rose up suddenly, so fierce it threatened to scatter and kill his flock. As he prayed in desperation, a dark figure appeared. It's good when you're praying and then the dark figure comes. The figure, promised him safety, that no harm would come to his sheep if Bourgaire were to renounce God.
Oh, no.
Right? That's where it's like it's really hard to tell if you're talking to a saint or a warlock or God himself or the devil. It's all going to be basically the same mask. So you just got to trust your gut, I guess. If they're asking you to renounce God, it might not be God.
Yeah. It
Terrified,
definitely doesn't.
Bourgaire agreed. Later, he said, Verdun himself drew him deeper into the pact. Together, they pledged loyalty to the devil, and in return, they were given a gift, that being the salve that would allow them to take the form of wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have three different dudes rubbing themselves down with this salve.
I wonder if he would have, said no to renouncing God, if he would have just become like a saint or something.
He might have. There might have been a lightning bolt hit the dark figure, and all of a sudden he's just like glorified. But who knows? Maybe he just would have been destroyed by this thing. I don't know.
This thing might have just ate him.
If a storm was following, I assume the storm was coming because the dark figure was approaching.
Yeah.
So if it's able to command the skies, it might be stronger, right? Strong.
Yeah.
But your willpower is all powerful, so you just got to.
Sometimes you just got to take that beating.
Yeah. So with the ointment rubbed on their bodies, they claimed their limbs twisted, their hands curled into claws, and their jaws stretched into muzzles. At that point, they would roam the countryside as beasts. Bourgaire told the court that he and Verdun hunted together as wolves, coursing across the fields and woods. Sounds really fun, Doss.
That sounds like a great
If you do
time.
become a werewolf, come on and bite me so we can go.
Yeah, we'll run.
Let's go prancing.
We'll go running.
We'll go running. Yeah. I need to work on my exercise anyway.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
They said that they strangled children and tore open their bodies. They ate the flesh raw, leaving bones and scraps scattered in the leaves. When human prey could not be found, they turned to animals, killing the sheep and the goats, ripping them apart. Nice little remix right there. Basically the same way. Ripping. We have these fragments of testimony. Bourgaire confessed to killing several children and feasting on their flesh. He described joining Verdun in these nighttime hunts, the two of them transforming and running on all fours. He claimed that Montet also joined them. That's the third guy. So we have three guys now, sharing in both the devil's ointment and the crimes. The devil's ointment.
Devil's ointment.
Uh-oh.
What's in that?
I don't know. Well, we talked about with the zombie stuff, we talked about some possible zombie, I guess, ointments, basically.
Yeah.
So there's like ways to make this stuff, probably. Especially if you're coming from the land of the dead or some sort of like alternate world. Maybe there's just different ingredients to be found,
Most likely.
Nern root and such.
Yeah, glowing plasma.
Yeah, glowing plasma. That's probably a big piece of it. Or like anti-plasma.
Anti-plasma.
I haven't used that word here yet, but I like the sound of it.
Yeah, some dark must.
The court of Poligny found all three men guilty. Michael Verdun, Philbert Montet, and Pierre Bourgaire all were judged, and these were their crimes. Making a pact with the devil. That's one of the crimes.
Classic.
One of the crimes written down in the courts is using magical ointments to become wolves.
Yeah, dude. Punishable by death.
Punishable by death. They also were murdering and eating children and practicing witchcraft. I do love the fucking judgment of using magical ointments to become wolves, though.
Like, you can't do that.
That part's sick.
Hey, can't do that.
We all want to do it, buddy.
It's illegal.
Just can't. It's illegal.
Can't steal, can't use magical ointments to turn into wolves.
So death by burning stake to all them. In 1521, the
Right,
men were
good.
executed before the people of Poligny. Bound to their pyres, they were consigned to the flames, their bodies destroyed as a warning, their souls, it was believed, delivered to the devil they had served.
Damn. So they just gave them right to the devil.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, here you go.
Interesting.
Yeah, man.
Interesting.
So I do have like 2 more stories here. We're just gonna save them for a different story time sometime, though. That being
We can
said,
do werewolves again.
it just means that this stuff is happening all the time, everywhere. Just like with the zombie and vampire graves,
Very real.
very real. We will.
Werewolves are real.
We'll do like we'll take one of these cases and all these were kind of summarized in a way, so I can kind of do a story time. We'll take one of these cases that I haven't
Do a
covered
true
yet and
crime
break it
from, like,
into
the
a
1500s.
Yeah, we'll just do a full breakdown.
I like that.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, we can do it. Or like we can do that with the ones that we didn't get to.
That's what I mean. Yeah, but
Hell
spoiler, a lot of killing and eating children in those ones.
Yeah, turns out ointments are a big part of it too.
Yeah, I didn't expect so much ointment here,
Yeah,
but
a magical belt.
especially because I've been rubbing ointment on my eyes too.
So I never thought of like when I think of werewolves, I don't think of like
Accessories.
yeah, like I don't think of like the magic items turning you into a werewolf. It's just like a thing you have.
Well, yeah, I
It's
mean
like a
that's
curse.
the lycanthropy of it, right? There's probably that curse variant, but it does seem just like with different enchanted objects we talk about. You know, these nails from the cross that Jesus is on the cross. You know, these being held and being very powerful, obviously giving off like huge enchantment power. You're getting like a plus 20 wisdom. This is given like that werewolf transform bonus, right?
Yeah.
There's many ways to do it. Just like we always say, man, like we have this overlay of magic here on Gaia.
Yeah.
And
There's not just one way to like turn into
different
a
like
werewolf.
magic systems and religions and cults will take it in different ways. And it's like, I guess you can imbue the lycanthropy curse onto an item.
Yeah, what
And
is
then
it?
hand that off. Especially if it's the devil himself doing it, then suppose he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
You know, like there's more than one way to skin a cat. More than one way to make a werewolf.
To be skinned of a dog. To be the skin of a
Put
dog.
the skin of a dog on.
That wasn't as clean as I wanted it
Yeah,
to be, but-
it's good. We'll work on it.
So that's werewolves. That's a nice little
Werewolves.
smattering of werewolves.
Werewolves. That's where they are.
That's where they are. We'll keep an eye on Dawson.
Yeah.
Shout out to Austin sitting in the studio with us. He's on the 1s and 2s over there.
Yeah, we got Austin.
Making sure.
We got Vlad on the camera.
Got a wild card question for you guys.
Yeah, Austin's
got-
got a question.
Just a fun, quick thing. If both of you could choose to be a werewolf, given based off the stories you've told, or just any lore or like movie or whatever, is there like a top dog you'd want to be if you had to like?
Hold on.
become
Come
one?
here. Say that again.
All right. Wild card question. If either of you were like gun to your head type shit, and you're like, you have to be a werewolf, what would be the one you choose?
Like a specific werewolf?
Yeah. From like
Oh.
a movie, a real story,
From a movie, real story.
whatever one you want.
'Cause Team Jacob's pretty cool, right? Where he turns
Kind
into
of
big
cool.
old- I think I want to be more of like a wolf man kind of a thing, like a full like standing on two
I
legs.
certainly want to be on
kind of a
2
werewolf.
legs. I don't want to just become a dog.
Yeah,
Right. Huge dog is not as cool as this.
Kind of like I
thing.
really like the Skyrim werewolves. Those are cool.
Huh.
Where you like just can change into it whenever.
Well,
You
you
go
got to do a
berserk.
couple different quests to be able to change it to
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I mean, you do. I mean, once you complete the quest, it's pretty badass.
Yeah, what is it called? Ginger Snaps is a werewolf movie, and it's about these girls that are like going through puberty, and then it hits them. I think it would be great to have been a werewolf when I was like 17.
Oh yeah,
So I think I'm gonna pick a Ginger Snap
I like that
vampire.
Ginger Snap vampire werewolf.
Also, it
I
has
like that.
that movie has some great werewolf transformations. Go check that out as well. Just that idea, that like natural, like that, because in that movie it's like in their blood, like it's just part of their
Yeah.
family's curse. So you're not like necessarily making a deal with the devil or anything. Maybe
Yeah,
like
yeah.
someone 10 generations ago did.
Yeah, that's not your fault.
Or you go. What's the movie where he plays basketball as a werewolf? Kevin Bacon. No, not Kevin Bacon. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
So like Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf. Yeah.
Yeah, Teen Wolf is cool.
Teen Wolf, again, to be a teenager as a werewolf. Think of how fucking.
Just be a teenager. I kind of just want to be a teenager.
Man, I gotta go back. Play some ball.
Yeah.
I think you
that'd
got
be
the
cool.
skills to jump. Then probably grow a beard when you're like 16. Look super
My
sick.
whole body's a beard. Huge.
So that's what I'm
strong.
going with. Yeah,
I like that.
teen
We're going
werewolf.
Skyrim werewolf.
Yeah, nice. Good question, Austin. Thank you. Thanks for
Yeah.
sitting in on this one. Appreciate
Yeah,
you
hell
being
yeah.
here. Yeah, Doss, this has been
Good job
a
hanging out.
werewolf episode. Hope everybody's enjoying the Haunted Harvest series. It's a little like lighter on, I don't know. This is quite a bit of research, I guess, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We're not getting into the bottom of it, I guess. Well, somebody tell us where the ointment's
real.
at. Yeah, it's real.
Yeah, if anyone has any idea how to make it, some sort of like old alchemy book.
Yeah, we'll have to search the
Werewolf
grimoires
ointment. Yeah.
for the werewolf ointment. And that's
Probably
that's tough because that has you only can use so much. Like at some point, the jar's gonna be empty, right? So you got
Yeah.
like a limited time. So you got to kind of choose. But at first, have the first half of the jar, you do it whenever. All of a sudden, you're kind of like trying to stick your finger in the corner.
I gotta save some so I can get away as a werewolf.
Yeah.
So you have to skip to the next town over.
I'm also wondering, are they slathering their whole bodies in this, or you just dab a little under your neck or something?
Yeah.
So
I was thinking that too. Like, is it full body lotion or is it just like you just kind of rub your hands?
I don't know.
Get a little bit like up
A
here.
little like that.
Just kind of go like this, and you're like,
I don't know. Something to think about.
Yeah. You let me know.
Leave you with that. Hey, we've been pretty good about calling out what the next episode's going to be. Any ideas?
What's the next one?
Well, no, I don't know.
Oh.
No, that's
I
the
don't know,
question. I mean, I know. Everybody get ready for our the week of Halloween. We'll be releasing our yearly
Headless Horseman.
Horseman Halloween special. So get ready for.
Will we have one more before then?
Yeah. Get ready for the rehash. 1 or 2. I believe this is coming out middle of October. Then it'll be in the 20th, and then we'll be. I think the last one will come out like 27th, 28th, right around Halloween.
Perfect.
Well,
next one? What do we?
what's the next like classic?
There's like Frankenstein.
Well, I was about to say. So that definitely goes into zombie stuff, kind of.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. That is the same thing.
I was thinking
same with
Frankenstein.
mummies.
Yeah. So we missed that. Hey, it's gonna be a surprise to everybody.
We're gonna figure it out.
We're gonna figure it out. Don't worry, it'll happen next week, same time, same place. Check us out,
We got
Pumpkin
it.
Hill Radio on all the socials, pumpkinhillradio.com to find the links to everything. I hope you came to the YouTube for this. I hope you did. We've been slowly gaining.
We've been
more
looking cool. I do
subscribers.
have another cool shirt on,
No, we didn't do the fit peep.
but I got the Shadow Wizard Buddy Gang shirt.
Yeah, and I'm actually wearing a shirt that I became a werewolf in and then had to sew back together piece by piece, which is why it's sort of tattered like this.
It's cool.
Yeah, Pumpkin Hill Radio everywhere.
Cool.
I will say, yeah, again, hit the YouTube up. We have been gaining more subscribers there, but that's the slowest growing one. So that
That's
really
where the
helps out.
video is.
That's where the video is.
Come on now.
And check all the socials again because we are back and better than ever posting the daily clips.
Yeah.
And it works really well with these like story time features because it just clips
Yeah.
really well.
So we get the full video too.
Yeah.
You want it.
You want it.
You're gonna want it.
Follow us everywhere. Tell your friends. It really helps. Word of mouth is the way that we grow. We have seen the numbers rise recently again,
Yeah.
so it's good to see that that's happening. Thanks
Share
for all the new listeners. What's up? I hope you're enjoying the Haunted Harvest. I hope you're ready for the Psychic Warfare series coming in the colds of November and December.
Yeah, coming right after the Headless Horseman special. Horman?
I'm done correcting myself. I'm just going to let everything slip.
Yeah, you just gotta know what I'm saying. You just gotta know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll
You
come
know what I
later,
mean.
so get ready for that. If you want to taste, go back, check out the Madame Blavatsky and the Merlin episode. It was kind of the foundational
Yep.
aspects of it, and then we're going to get into some real
We'll pick
nasty
up
shit.
right where we left off.
Some Nazi magic, some projects that the U.S.
Yeah.
government was putting on that they don't want you to know about.
No, psychic.
And we're going to dig into each one.
We're
Yeah,
being psychically controlled? Definitely.
definitely.
We'll get into it.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg. But that's coming
That's
that's
like
later.
in 3 weeks.
Yeah. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your Halloween season as we vastly approach. Quickly
Oh,
approach. Vastly approach.
yeah.
That's not really how you'd say
Carve a
that.
pumpkin.
Carve a pumpkin with us.
Make a little ghost. Put some bats in your windows.
Mm-hmm. Just feel spooky for a while.
Yeah.
And tune into Pumpkin Hill Radio every week to feel spooky with us.
Pumpkin pie.
I have been Travis Wormwood and Dawson Trailer.
Nice.
I'll see you next time.
I don't know why we're doing that.
Let's get the howl, dude.
Ow. Nice, dude. Harmonized.
All right.
I heard that. I felt it in the ears.